Hi, welcome back to The Scent Advocate. Tonight we're going to be talking about bold spring fragrances. Yes, these are no wallflowers. They are big, not soft, although some of them have soft components to them, and yet they're perfect for spring. They really bring the energy and the brightness, and I hope you agree they're fantastic for this time of year. Before we get started, please grab yourself a beverage. Tonight I am having coffee. Yes, Mark made me a wonderful pot of coffee about an hour ago, and it just hits the spot. I know it's pretty late while I'm filming this, and that may be a little unorthodox, but hey, it's how I roll. So let's jump right in, shall we? Tonight's first selection is Bouquet Ideale by Xerjoff. This is from the Casamorati line. It is a 100 ml eau de parfum. It goes for about $305. It is, I think, a 2010 release. And the nose behind it is Jacques Flory. This is cinnamon, nutmeg, guaiac wood, sandalwood, cedar, papyrus, vanilla, coumarin, tobacco blossom, labdanum, and musk. So tobacco blossom has really been on my mind lately since I did the tobacco-centric fragrances recently. And I remember years ago, there was a tobacco flower fragrance that I got from a store. I want to say it was, gosh, I can't remember. It's maybe it was L'Occitane. I can't remember for sure. But it was fabulous. And I haven't seen it since, and I've been on the hunt for something similar. And that was part of my motivation in buying this beauty, because I'm not really much of a floral person, but this is absolutely wonderful. It is not a full-on floral, although it does have certainly floral notes, but it's a woody floral with vanilla. I get some spice in this, but yeah, I think it just balances beautifully. I wouldn't say it's spicy. The cinnamon is there, the nutmeg is there, but it's still perfect for the spring. I think the combination of the wood, floral, musk, and spices gives it a bold presence, but still perfect for spring. It's an alternative to a traditional, lighter, softer floral that you might think of for spring or summer. This, I think, works beautifully in the still slightly chilly weather, and it really brings the energy. Bouquet Ideale by Xerjoff Casamorati. Byredo on, we've got one I never hear anyone talking about. Why not? It's De Los Santos by Byredo. There we go. Beautiful stuff. This is a 50 ml EDP. It goes for $235 approximately. It's a 2022 release. And the notes in this are sage, mirabelle, which I think is kind of a plum type note. Orris, it's got, what is this? Cistus, in canis. Gosh, I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. Musk, olibanum, and ambroxan. I get out of this, I get a lot of suede, dry herbs, suede, and orris. There's musk too, but not an animalic musk. And the suede is not animalic either. Sometimes suede can lean a little bit animalic, just like leather, just with slightly less density to it, I think. This is, it's the herbs, it's the suede, it's slightly powdery, musky. I also get some incense out of this, really beautiful incense. Very likable, easy to wear, perfect for 3 seasons actually, but in particular the spring. Strong yet approachable. I love this for work. universally likable, easy reach, always appropriate, goes great from day into the night, and truly unisex. Have you tried De Los Santos from Byredo? Gorgeous stuff. Next, we have, oh, this is so cute. It's a matcha. Yes, this is from Versatile. This is, I think, a 15 mil. This is matcha. Let's see. What's in here? Matcha milk, blueberry, vanilla, pistachio, sugar, and pancake accord. I definitely get the pistachio, but it's not as pronounced as in other pistachio fragrances. It's very subtle, beautiful. The pistachio is subtle. The fragrance is not. This is bold. So this is an oil extract. Like I said, it's 15 mil. It's a 2025 release, and it goes for about $60, which, given the power behind this, I think is a pretty fair deal. The nose behind this is Amélie Bourgeois. This is, overall, it's a tea with a vegetal sweetness to it. The pistachio gives it something of a heavy richness, like a pistachio butter, which is fantastic stuff. It's, I've been able to get it from gourmet stores. It comes like a freshly made peanut butter, or, yeah, just like a green peanut butter. And very rich, very beautiful. It was slightly sweetened with, I want to say, honey. Unbelievable. If you've ever had it, you know what I mean. If you haven't, you need to try it. As long as you're not allergic or anything like that, you know, I mean, obviously. But this has a fair amount of that in it, along with the creamy, like a matcha latte sort of thing going on. It's, it makes me think of, do you remember years ago, those Microsoft screensavers where it was just like a green grassy set of hills with, you know, like buttercups, and the blue sky meets it. Whoops. Trying a new filming situation. It's not working out with the lighting. Anyway, it reminds me of that color green, that beautiful, dense, lush, you just want to take your shoes off and walk through it. And it's offset slightly by the fragrance of fresh air and just a hint of florals from the buttercups. That kind of feeling. This doesn't smell like buttercups or cut grass, but it does have that sweet vegetal green thing. And it's stunning. The longevity of this is beautiful. The green that this reminds me of, you know, a tennis ball. It's that type of color that I get from smelling this. Absolutely stunning. It's a matcha from Versatile. Next, we have Angelique EDP from Papillon. There we go. Gorgeous stuff. This is a 50 mil. It is a 2014 release, and it goes for about $198. The notes in this are mimosa, orris, champaca, osmanthus, cedar, and olibanum. This is a stunner, as you can always count on from Papillon. So the orris and osmanthus create this powerhouse of a fragrance. It's soft with a bold presence at the same time. That's what I love about it. It's so contradictory. Soft, but very, very strong in its presence. Exceptional performance. It's like a tough person, a really kind of strong, tough individual who is heartbreakingly beautiful. That's what I get from this. Stunning stuff, perfect for spring. Leans a little feminine. I think so does Bouquet Ideale, just slightly. It's a Matcha and de Los Santos, perfectly unisex. This lane's a little feminine. All right, moving on, we've got, oh boy, Manacara by Indult. Love, love, love this one. This is a Francis Kurkdjian fragrance, by the way. So, you know, it's going to be spectacular. This is a 50 ml. It goes for about $220. It is an EDP and it was released in 2006. I discovered this house about a year ago and I have 3 fragrances from Indult. And I absolutely love it. Okay, so this is supposed to be very linear, right? Rose and lychee. Yes, but that's not even close to what's going on here. That way oversimplifies things. I get candied rose and amber. There's a fruit, but I wouldn't have said lychee. There's a fruit, but I can't put my finger on it. It's soft rather than sharp. Whatever the fruit is, it's soft. Maybe like a berry of some kind. Maybe even a hint of blueberry in this, if you can imagine. And a hint of heliotrope. Absolutely gorgeous. It makes it even softer in texture. This is perfect for being out and about in spring. It's strong, but very, very... there's even a hint of champagne in here. It's gorgeous stuff. Manakara by Indult. Next, we have the Code of Emotion by Francesca Bianchi. This is from her Sublime Oils collection. Okay, so this is 100 ml. I want to say this goes for about $250. It is a 2025 release. The notes in this are bergamot, pink pepper, lavender, geranium, sandalwood, cedar, oak moss, and vetiver. Wow. This is such a pleasurable experience. I am falling in love with fragrance oils. And it was just a coincidence. I wanted the extrait for this fragrance when it first came out, and I think I had to wait, and I said absolutely not. I can't, because it's Francesca Bianchi, and I love everything she does, so I had to get it. And I thought, well, maybe it's just meant for me to have the oil because the oil was available, and I thought the price comparatively was pretty darn good. So I grabbed this and I put it on, and not only was the fragrance amazing, but the feeling, the luxurious experience of the oil on my skin was just wonderful. And it sinks right in. I mean, you can't tell this, but just before I started filming, I put some on my hand, and it's just soft and perfectly dry at this point. You really can't see any oil residue. It just sinks right in and softens your skin. I should know what kind of oil she uses in this, but I'm afraid I don't. Whatever it is thick enough to give a luxurious tactile experience, but it sinks in quickly like a dry oil, but it is not a dry oil. Okay. It just has that it absorbs very quickly like a dry oil would. I don't know how she does it, but of course it's genius because it's Francesca Bianchi. So this is a fougere structure, according to the description for the fragrance. And it's inspired by a vector for emotions, a machine that just kind of pumps out emotions, presumably good ones, right? Who wants to have, you know, a nervous breakdown from a fragrance oil, right? Not me. So this is supposed to be good emotions coming out of this emotion machine. which is wonderful. To me, this is a fruity floral that takes me to an orchard, maybe an orchard in Europe somewhere, like, I don't know, maybe Tuscany, right? You always think of those, gorgeous Italian trees. And so maybe this orchard is, half peach orchard and half, Meyer lemons, because those are the type of notes I get out of this. It's very fruity and they're citrus, but it's not a sharp citrus. You know how Meyer lemons are kind of like an orange leaning lemon? That's what I get from the citrus in this. And so while you're, having this amazing, fragrance experience in this dual purpose orchard in Tuscany somewhere, you're also sipping on mimosas, because why not? Breezy landscapes, gorgeous hillside orchard thing. That's what you get from this. Those are the cozy, breezy, free emotions I get. The emotion of being happy and carefree. That's what I get from this. I think this leans a little feminine, but it's unisex. So hey, no matter who you are, indulge. Gorgeous stuff. Francesca Bianchi's The Code of Emotions Sublime Oil. Moving on to our last selection for the evening. This is the one that inspired my theme. And it is Jalaine's Patchouli. Now, I've talked about this once before, because when I first got it, I was completely blown away by how fantastic it is. And we're going last with this one because I just adore it so much, but also because it's an oil. Like the Francesca Bianchi, this is an incredible oil experience. It comes with this beautiful crystal, can you see that? Beautiful crystal container, atomizer. I think it's okay to call it an atomizer. It doesn't spray. It does have a dabber, but I'm not sure what else. And you can see, oh, it's so beautiful. There we go. Look at that. And you just whoop, get a little bit right there. And put the top back on. It's so pretty. It's very classic looking, and it holds, this whole thing doesn't contain the fragrance. It's just kind of in the center there. I think you can see it. Absolutely beautiful to look at. Goes with any collection, I think, unless you have an excessive amount of toys on your bottles, which, as you know, I hate. Love the fragrance, hate the bottle. Okay. But we keep that one kind of on the side. It's there, but it's not, prominently displayed or anything. So, all right. So what does this smell like? This is patchouli, amber, musks, and vanilla. By the way, this is, I think I said, it's about 6 mils. It's an oil, and it goes for about $150. So this is a very classic round amber patchouli with a bit of soft white musk, and yeah, just enough vanilla to add complexity to it and kind of give it a backbone that melds perfectly with the other notes. This reminds me of the patchouli note that used to be in Youth Dew by Estee Lauder. It doesn't smell like Youth Dew, but that note, that amazing, dark, rich, almost sweet, almost cocoa-like patchouli. It's not there that I can sense anymore in my bottle of Youth Dew that I got about 2 years ago, and I'm just hoping maybe it macerates or condenses or something so that gets me closer to the original formulation, or the formulation that I remember. what a classic. I mean, today's version to me doesn't compare to the original, but I digress. That richness is what I get from this fragrance. And yet it is bright and energizing enough that you want to wear it in the spring. It's a fundamental fragrance in my collection. I cannot ever be without this one. Exceptional stuff. Have you tried this? It is unlike any patchouli that I've experienced recently. Like I said, just that one note in the nod of the classic Youth Dew direction, but really exceptional stuff. I highly recommend you try this. I remember reading the write up on it. I think it wasn't on the Jalaine website. It was on another retailer's website, and it said something like, yeah, you think you know patchouli. If you do, then you'll love this. If you don't, then try this anyway, because you're gonna love it, even if you're not into patchouli. Truer words were never written. This is fabulous stuff. Have you tried it? Let me know. All right, so that is it for this evening. What do you think of these bright, beautiful, bold spring fragrances? By the way, let me just add, this is perfectly unisex. Okay. What do you think of these fragrances? Do you have any to add to the lineup? Do you have any fragrances that are striking, big, not soft and powdery? I love soft and powdery, but I thought, let's do something a little off the wall. Hopefully I hit the mark, but I certainly didn't get everything. Let me know in the comments what I left out. Let me know in the comments what you agree with. And so I tried another setup here because I got some feedback that maybe you guys couldn't see, and I guess my torso wasn't showing enough. I didn't think there was anything much about my torso, but here it is. Yay, there's more me. Let me know what you think of this setup. I've got the fragrances in the background, and I've got where I usually sit back over there. It's a little more comfortable over there. This is actually me filming backwards at my vanity and in my dressing room. And let me know what you think. Hey, if you aren't yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join the fun, and leave me a comment and give me a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.